Hello and welcome to another video. Originally I was not going to make this another video, but I decided to because there's a bit of a issue I'm running into. So, we all like Pico, right? We like his songs in week 3 and weekend 1. We're gonna like his remixes, probably. If we don't, oh no. But there's a certain way Pico remixes should be made that I feel like doing, like calling out on. No hate to the people who made the music that I'm not liking. It's legitimately, there's an actual issue that clearly Pico was not the actual intention and you threw him in. Because here is something I'm going to talk about. Pico has 2 types of songs. One of which is tune songs. The other of which is not. I personally prefer Pico to be tuned. Sometimes, not all the time. I do like Pico's atonal voice. But I'm going to put it as simply as possible for you. Pico has literally 3 types of music that works. You either A, have both be atonal, which can work very well, both be tuned, or, in the case of the opponent being tuned, Pico is freestyling. Now let me stinking show you some good examples. So let's look at Boulevard.
3, 2, 1, go!
But like, see that the entire song was built around the fact that both of them do not stinking use tunes, like tuned vocals. Like, both of them were built around this fact that they have to make sure that it feels nice to listen to in a nature of that. You don't feel like it's something's wrong here. And that's a good part. You actually have a proper song there. And overall, it makes sure that the song works. But that's the major issue, is like, you have to make sure it works, rather than, oh, it doesn't work, oh no. Straight up, that Pico song works because both are intentionally designed that way. Now let's hear this. So, okay. Starts off with Boyfriend, which is nice. And now Pico shows up. They intentionally include atonals. And now he's tuned. Pico is tuned. But he's freestyling. You can see the actual intentional. Like, it's not just atonals. The intentional is like, okay, you want to have this sort of like, that's the entire reason though why Pico starts with the call and then Deimos calls with the response. Because both are atonal. They can work. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now we need to have a certain way so Pico can actually call and respond, like do a response to a call the opponent makes. Tune him. But if you just want to have a tuned character and an untuned character and don't want to deal with the issues of call and response, here.
Growing up here,
Sorry.
9 to 10 kids, raised by a widow mom.
Now here's where you'd expect a copy. He starts his own beat. But look at that freestyle nature. See? The character that you're going up against, although having a simplistic and repetitive melody, you are straight up popping off. You are like, okay, I got a freestyle for my life. Now, let's look at the failures. Let's look at the actual failures. I'll get to the big one first. I'll get to the big one later. I'll deal with this one first. Katanims does do well. Good inst. Copying. The nature of the freestyle does not feel like he's popping off. It does not feel like it's intentionally made. This feels like, oh, boyfriend is supposed to interject, or girlfriend, or Pico's tuned. That's my issue with this song. The issue is it doesn't feel built for him. Space Blasters was built for him because of the fact of Alien Hominid is not tuned, just like Pico isn't. You can tell they're doing a bit of freestyling, but it feels like it's an interjection that a singing character would do, not a person who can't sing. Like, can you feel how flat that is? How boring that is? Without an actual proper harmonization or sort of sync up with a proper tuned character, it falls. It falls flat. It's dead. It is dead in the water just because of the fact of it's like, oh, I wanted to use Pico, and then like, you failed the fundamental principle of how Pico works. He is either tuned for the perfect call and response, or he makes that call. And if he isn't making the call and he's making the response, and the other person's tuned, and he isn't, you failed. Good job, loser. Sorry, Kata, but your song is not hot. Your song sucks. Now let's look at the other example. The one that people call off-key. I'd say there's a dissonant part. Okay, let's see what Pico does. Oh, it's a response. Oh, look, there's your issue. Call and response. It's there again. I'm not even gonna finish this song, by the way. This is actually awful. The fact that, like, I can't feel this song that nice. I have an issue with call and response Pico. Call and response Pico is tuned Pico, not atonal. Atonal Pico, if you want to call and response, make everything atonal. If you want to call and response and the other character's tuned, guess what? Pico's gonna have to be tuned. You fail. You fail. If he's not tuned, you fail. Oh, and look who's the better one. Look, freestyle. And tuned. Also, it feels more impactful. I'm technically not going to finish this one either, because that would be long enough as well. But literally, like, okay. Summary. You want to call and response with Pico, make the other one atonal. Make both atonal, you can do a call and response easy. Or, if you want to have a nicer sounding song, make one tuned and the other tuned. If you want to have one tuned in Pico Not, don't do a call and response. It makes him bland. Heck, I'm actually gonna go to overdue and get to the best part. I'm gonna skip to the best part in overdue. Oh look who joined in, they're tuned. Best part of the song is the end. Only reason? He's popping off! First you have Mario join in, who's a tuned character, and he sounds nice. Unfortunately, you hear Pico in the main forefront, so that's a problem. And then, okay, now Mario's gone, now it's time for Pico to run really good. Guess what he does? He finally pops off. He stops copying. That's my issue. Sorry, Sandi and FriedFrick. Sorry, Katanims. That is not how you do a Pico song. Do it like Purin if you want to have the other character the opponent tuned, or don't do it. If that was your intention, one character's tuned, the other's atonal, do it like Purin. I'm sorry. You failed. Do not care. Those songs are awful in terms of Pico. They suck in terms of Pico. They aren't how Pico is made. But, just in case you didn't intentionally try to do that, say you wanted Pico in the song and you wanted the opponent to be tuned, and you wanted, say you wanted Pico in the song and you wanted to have a call and response. Atonal. Make it an atonal beat. If you want tuned vocals, make them both tuned. Then it can be fair. You failed. Overdue Retake outstepped you because they dared to tune Pico. You didn't, and thought, oh, I can just do a call and response. Simple and easy as pie. No! That's not what you do! Forever and ever, I will state this case. Pico has to be either, if it's a call and response, tuned with the other person, either both have to be tuned or both have to be atonal. Boyfriend works with an atonal person and then doing his own thing. That's the way he works. The opponent can be atonal. Because they can do the call. And Boyfriend can just do whatever the heck he wants with his response, as well as just respond with a tuned vocals. But yeah, with Pico, if it's a call and response, it's either tuned on both or atonal on both. If you want one character tuned and Pico to be atonal, no call and response. Has to be a freestyle. That is how he works. I do not care that you're like, oh, but I like it. This is like, no, call and response doesn't work. I've just proved twice on 2 songs One that's people don't like because it's off key. I think it's dissonant. I don't think it's off key. And the other, legitimately, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the musicians. You actually make good music besides this. I understand that. But, no. Do better. Do better. In fact, I don't care. Redo, overdo. Tune Pico. If you want to have a call and response, you better tune Pico. Because you failed. Weekly devs, you made a slight misstep. Only misstep you've made so far that you intentionally wanted to make a good song. If you want to redo it, good. Do it. That's your choice. Mario's Madness devs, you are doing a deluxe. I don't care. Redo it. We need Tune Pico, otherwise this song doesn't work. If you want non-tuned Pico, make him freestyle. Make him interject. Or your song will forever remain as among the weakest, not in terms of the normal nature, but in terms of why is Pico here? Why is he necessary? Story-wise, you can make up whatever reason you want because you want it to be a song. But if he's not here for any proper song reason that I've mentioned, why? Why? I'll be looking at other Pico songs in the future when they come in mods. If I see more Pico songs with this failure to understand why Pico is supposed to be the way he is, I'm going to continue calling it out. And I'm going to say, bad Pico song. You failed. You didn't pass any of the steps. I will forever make my steps. Is it a call and response? Are both characters not tuned? Are both characters tuned? If it's a call and response. If it's not a call and response, one of the characters can be tuned, and that's fine. If it's call and response and one character is tuned and the other is not, you have failed, and Pico's not. You have failed. Because that's literally the way it goes. You guys made a call and response song with a character who doesn't do that when he's not tuned and the other is. Sorry for the bit longer video. I wanted you to listen to the songs and actually understand. And FriedFrick and Sandi, actually listen to your own song. Listen to your song. Don't just listen to the chords. Listen to how Pico sounds. This is what I want you to look at. The people saying overdue's off key, I'm like, no, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Listen to how the call and response works. That's what you should be doing. Not, oh, it's off key? No, it isn't. What's your problem? I don't have a problem with the way the chords and the notes sound in that way with Mr. L and stuff. I have an issue with how Pico is the most unnecessary character in a song that's supposed to be featuring him. He literally feels like he wasn't even meant for it. Like, he's doing call and responses, which he shouldn't be. Definitely, I think I might have more video ideas on the way, but this is a big one. In fact, I might at you, Sandi and FriedFrick. I might at you. Katanims. I'm naming you in this video because these songs are failures in principles that I hold dear. If Pico was always intended for this song, then you suck at writing a song for Pico. If Pico was not fully intended for this song, then I'm afraid you should have stuck with your guns on who you wanted. Because clearly, that's the point. I do feel story-wise you were intending Pico, but story you can make up whatever you want because you don't have to fully make a story for those songs. All you had to do was just say, okay, Pico's in here, now make a Pico song. You didn't. You made a song that Pico feels out of. Feels like Pico shouldn't even be here. But yeah, I may have other video ideas that come into my head. This one I felt like I needed to do. Have people listen to the songs with Pico in it. and actually see, why does it work? Why? Why out of everything does it work? However, just in case Deimos song doesn't work for you, I will leave you with one song. One song intentionally made for Pico. Not just he's halfway through. Like, you get this point. Heck, there's another one. Can you see my point here? Literally, 2 Rumble songs. Like, Sacrifice.flp? Okay, fine. Fine. Like, Sacrifice literally is like, okay, Boyfriend was first, so you obviously had to do it. But then, like, 2 Convict songs that both, like, one from One Shot and the other from his own mod. Both tuned. You see my problem here? You don't prioritize Pico. You deprioritize him. You make him feel completely like an afterthought. Alright, that's it. I'm done. Literally, Katanims, Sandi and FriedFrick. Sandi and FriedFrick especially, fix overdue. Fix it. Make Pico feel like he's meant to be there. Don't just literally... I understand you feel like, oh, it's fine. No, it's not. It's not. You failed. I'm sorry I'm this harsh. Back when I played it, fine. I'm not fine with it. But I see 2 songs and I'm like, don't let this happen again. I don't want to see Pico be used for a call and response when he shouldn't be in the way that he is being used. Because both of those failed. These are stumbles, but I don't want to see any more stumbles because all of a sudden more people are going to misunderstand and make more stumbles. I hate this. Yeah, that's my rant on how Pico should be done. I'm going to post this on Twitter, probably at these people. And definitely have this on YouTube, but like, yeah. Do better. Fix overdue. Not because it's off key, but because it doesn't feel like a Pico song.